We are back with our heart health series this morning. The new study that shows your heart may actually be aging faster than the rest of you.
Yeah, so researchers looked at more than 14,000 people between the ages of 30 and 79. And they found most have a so-called heart age that's much older than their chronological age, as much as a decade for some folks. And of course, having an older heart can put you at greater risk for heart disease.
Okay, joining us to break it all down, NBC News medical contributor Dr. Natalie Azar, who has a great heart. Good morning. So, okay, how do we figure this out? What does this mean, this cardiovascular age?
So, you know, we talk a lot about the difference between our chronological age, which is basically the number of years since the time you were born, compared to something called our biological age, which is like, how well are our cells doing? So these researchers took it a step further, and they figured out how to calculate something called your heart age, plugging in all of these variables that we're all very familiar with: cholesterol levels, blood pressure, BMI, medications, your smoking habits, diabetes, and your kidney function. And they found out that this group of 14,000 people, that the vast majority of men and women, their heart age was older than their chronological age. For women, it was about 4 years older, and for men, it was about 7 years older. And I think that this is the whole point of this is, like, if you go to the doctor and they say to you, your risk of having a heart attack in 10 years is moderate. What does that mean to people? But if you tell them you're a 50-year-old woman or a 50-year-old man and they say your heart age is actually 55 to 60, that resonates a little bit more with people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does make sense. I mean, are there certain groups that the researchers found were probably a bit more susceptible to?
And so when they stratified based on race or ethnicity, they did in fact find that men and women who are either Black or Hispanic, that their heart age was older even, right, comparatively, than their white and their Asian counterparts, which isn't a surprising finding, given that we know that there are so many what we call social determinants of health, right? These racial disparities that exist in medicine. This just shines another light on that.
But I mean, 8.5 years is pretty substantial.
Pretty substantial. It's pretty substantial.
So, I mean, this begs the question of what can you do about it?
Anything
about
this?
So
the great thing about this is that of the 10 things on this like calculator tool that we're going to talk about in a sec, only 2 of them are things you can't change: your sex and your age. But everything else is modifiable. So these are things, again, you've heard it before. I'm here to tell you again, folks. It's eating that Mediterranean diet, exercising, controlling your blood pressure, cholesterol. If you're still smoking, please stop. And of course, tight control of your diabetes.
Tell us a little bit more about that tool you just mentioned.
I love this tool.
You just lit up, too. I love
well,
it.
because can I start with the fact that my heart age is 7 years younger than my chronological
age?
Yay!
And I bet you any
she got an A+ in heart school.
Okay, bye. Have a good day, everybody. Yeah, exactly. So you can go online. You can also go to today.com. The calculator's in there. It takes less than a minute to fill out.
Where do you get all this info, though? I don't know all this.
Okay, so if you have a recent blood test, all you need from the labs are your kidney function and your cholesterol profile. Most of us can get that pretty easily. Everything else, you got to, like, how do I calculate my BMI? You do all that, and it's going to generate your heart age for you. And I think it's just, you know, again, we go to the doctor, we want to try to figure out and quantify risks for things, and it's not so easy to always do that. So, you know, the site shut down yesterday because because everybody was interested to learn their heart age. So it's something you can have a conversation with your doctor about and modify those risk factors.
Well, doctor, what can Carson do? He doesn't like wedding videos, so I worry about his heart.
He drank a high noon.
No. Oh, that might be. I'm joking because he doesn't like those wedding dance videos, so I question his heart.
Yeah.
My heart's on a Smucker's jar. Okay, that's how old my heart is.
The thing is, like, about how many years older is bad, right? Because, like, if you do it, you're like, oh my God, it's 5 versus 4%. So they say, like, between 5 and 10 years is where you need to get a little, you know, concerned. But if you're like 2 years older or 3, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Okay.
Room for improvement.
Congratulations again.
Yeah,
thank you so much, you guys. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. For a closer look at heart age, as mentioned, you can try the calculator yourself. Don't you want to do it? Let's do it.
There's a part of me that does want to do it.
I do. Today.com.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.